think the Cubase de-esser is not good enough, you're probably using it wrong. Hello my friends, Dom here. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the Cubase stock de-esser properly. I'm going to show you all the little secrets that it has under the hood, and these tricks that I'm going to show you not only work for vocals, but they will allow you to make the stock Cubase de-esser a mighty mastering de-esser. Let's talk about it. After releasing the video about the ultimate thing that you need to know about mastering, I'm gonna link it right here, and of course announcing my 3 mastering courses, I got a lot of requests for you for more mastering tips. And this is a tip that I go into much detail in my courses. Today we're going to dive into the stock Cubase de-esser that many people dismiss so quickly and they think it's not good enough, and I have to disagree. You need to know a couple of things to make really good use of the Cubase de-esser. So what I have here is I have one of my singles. This is a special unmastered version, and I've exaggerated a little bit of the top end so that we can introduce a little bit of sibilance. Everything I'm going to show you here applies of course to vocals as well. It's just that for vocals it's going to be even easier. One of the main things where de-essers fail, and in the end many people end up spending money buying specialized tools like Soothe, is de-essing in mastering, because this is way more difficult. Because when you have a vocal, all you need to do is de-ess. De-ess is the sibilance, right? But when you have a mix, what do? It's very important that while you're trying to de-ess the S's of a vocal, you're not de-essing your cymbals as well, or you don't make your mix sound dull and darker. So let me show you what you can do with the humble Cubase de-esser. Let's play this track and listen to the S's. Shine like a pulsar. For me, this wouldn't be acceptable in a mastering situation. I would have to tame these S's somehow. And of course, if we had the naked vocal, it would actually be easier. And I've done videos about de-essing, and I'm showing you how to do de-essing the professional way, which in my opinion is always the manual way. But here, we can't really do this because it's a mix. So let me show you what most people do. Let's add the Cubase de-esser, and the good thing with the Cubase de-esser is that we can see where those S's land at in the frequency spectrum. Let's have a listen. Okay, so you can see right here in this area, we've got these sibilants. See, they take a long time to fall off as well. So I would say that the sibilants in this case, and they're not always the same for every track and for every vocal, are right here in this area. So let's go and do this and just limit the de-esser in this area. And the first thing that many people do, and it's a mistake in my opinion, is using the auto mode. I would personally never use the auto mode when it comes to the Cubase stock de-esser. It's a quick and easy fix, but it doesn't give you the control that you need, in my opinion, for most cases. So the first tip I want to give you in this video is just turn off auto mode. You don't need that. Set up your frequency ranges right here, and the next thing that people do is they pull down the threshold and they're trying to see some reduction here when the S's come in. Let's try that. Okay, so as you can see, now we tame the S's, but at what cost? We've sacrificed some snare drum hits, some claps, all these things. If it was just a vocal, it might have been a little easier, it might have not been so bad. But right here, we're sacrificing quite a lot for taming those S's. You can play a little bit with a reduction, you can play a little bit with a threshold, but the result is always going to be a compromise. But our aim is always to have the least compromise and do the least damage as possible. So let me show you now the ultimate trick that I have to give to anyone that wants to use the Cubase de-esser effectively. The secret is right here. It's in this sidechain section. Let's turn this section on, and I'm going to explain now what we're going to do. Basically, how the de-esser works is it listens to a specific range of frequencies that we've set. So right here, we've set from 6K to 20K, and that's all the de-esser listens to. And once those frequencies go past a threshold, which is this one right here, it starts compressing them. That's pretty much what a de-esser does. But what we can do here is, number one, we can listen to what the de-esser is going to look out for, and we can decide what the de-esser is going to listen to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the monitor button right here, and what we're doing now is we're listening to what the de-esser listens. But what I can do now is I can target the frequency that the de-esser is going to be the most sensitive at. So right here I've determined this is around 11K. So I'm going to set my frequency to 11K, and now I'm going to play with the Q factor, and I'll explain what this does. See what happens now? I've pinpointed those S's. These S's now really stick out. So what we're doing is we're creating a boost for these sibilants that is not necessarily boosting the cymbals or our snares or our claps. So we're making the de-esser more sensitive to this specific area when it pokes. And it really pokes. Check it out. Let's go here. See how much it pokes? Okay, it's really it's really painful to listen to this, but this is exactly what you need to do. And most of the times, if you get experience with this, you won't even need to turn on the monitor button. You will be able to read the frequency spectrum here and adjust the settings more or less, and it's going to be perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off monitor, I'm going to leave sidechain on, and check out the difference. I'm going to start bringing down the threshold, I'm going to pull up the reduction as much as it goes, and I'm going to also make the release a little bit faster so that when these S's come in, it only catches those S's and the compression doesn't remain for longer than we need to, because those S's are super fast, right? So now I'm going to turn down the threshold and let's see. Okay, let's go here to the shine like a pulsar. See what a huge difference it makes? Not only it catches those S's, it doesn't catch those S's that are a little bit more mellow at the beginning of the chorus, and it doesn't catch those claps that it did catch before. So these S's are fine, these don't bother me. Let's go really high with the Q factor so that we can maximize this effect. So as you can see, it doesn't catch our snares, it doesn't catch our cymbals, it doesn't catch the claps that are really loud, and previously it was compressing quite a bit. And now what I would do is I would do a little bit of a dance between the reduction amount and the threshold. And actually I would go very high with my Q factor and start having a little bit less reduction maybe and playing a little bit more with the threshold so that I find the sweet spot where we get all these S's tamed, but we don't get anything else affected in a detrimental way. Because if it compresses like 0.5 dBs of a super loud clap, it's not a huge problem for me. Let's listen. So now compare this to this. Game over. This is not acceptable, and maybe it's one of the reasons why some Cubase users dismiss the de-esser in Cubase really quickly, because the auto button is turned on. It's supposed to be there for a quick and easy de-essing, and I understand why it was turned off by default. But in my opinion, now that you've watched this video, don't have this auto button on, do what I showed you, and I can guarantee you, you can get amazing results out of the Cubase stock de-esser, and it's very likely that you won't need to buy any other de-esser ever. Not only for your vocals, but also for your mastering. It goes without saying that more specialized tools like Soothe and the Galfos EQ, they offer more than just de-essing. And I also like some other de-essers like the Vice de-esser for mastering, or the RX de-esser is quite good for vocals. And sometimes when I do mastering, I even de-ess using spectral editing with tools like spectral layers. But if you're interested in all these topics, have a look at my courses. I've done 3 mastering courses, one for Cubase mastering, one for mastering in the box, and one for analog hybrid mastering. And I go really deep into all these topics with plenty of time for you to absorb all this information. If you're interested in tips like this, leave me your ideas down below. If you want to support the channel, you can of course check out my courses or my Modern 80s Kit Max. Use the join button, the thanks button, or the most simple thing, you can watch any one of these videos right here, because I feel you might enjoy them. Thank you so much, my friends. I hope you found this useful. Take care.